taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for this afternoon, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? Shuttleworth the guy, aka the GOAT artist, aka LB, the How to Del Boss. You know what it is, man. World is a op out now. RingGangRadio.com in the building. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what it do? You know who this is? Your boy King P, Bodega Boxer in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Ayo, so P, so you know I'm gonna ask you, right? You know, so
yeah, who's banned?
Who's banned from the bodega this week?
All British people until further notice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Damn, nigga, you done banned half the Ring Gang. Hold on, wait. We gotta
No. Ring Gang. British people get credentials. They get passed.
Hold on, you done said Zoo.
They can come in, but
the Ring Gang Thanos snap. Hold on.
they can come in, but the rest of them take a break. Take a break. you can come back. You can come back when the women's card comes back. How about that?
Hey, yes, sir. I can dig that. That's what it is, man. So
a card featuring 3 out of 4 women in the 2 biggest fights is in the UK, when that shit should have been in America in the first place.
Yeah, that's also true, though. But you know,
I ain't gonna say nothing.
You know, it is what it is. You know, some people, you know, because you know the UK is like, you know, everywhere. In America, you know, they kind of fucked up on this shit. But yeah. And you reap what you sow.
ESPN is loving Mikaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgarten now. Like,
oh yeah, because they're going off nonstop at the mouth. You know
that, and they like what they see visually too. So it's like you get.
Baumgarten, I like what I see. Mayer,
I'm talking about them, nigga, not you. We know what you like.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, all British people, y'all wild for taking our boxing away for this weekend. So yeah, no bodega for you, you know, and no scones or no
bullshit ass snacks and your nasty breakfasts, none of that shit.
No beans.
Why do all your breakfasts have beans in them? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
no that's beans. Like the weirdest shit. Like, man, like. Like, I don't want beans with pancakes and eggs, motherfucker.
I mean, they eat like they're in the 13th century, my nigga. Like, jeez.
On what planet? Like,
yo, we can go off on the British all day, but we can't, yo. But last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me.
Hey, what's Wise Conscious Pride, aka the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff, destination Ring Gang Radio. Let's go.
Yeah, that was terrible.
You gonna have to change your name, bro. Like, you can't have proper prediction pilot each week. you got to be making predictions each week to just keep that name going. Like,
nah, I'm just telling the future. I got this for next week.
Don't worry, one of them will happen.
Yo, silly ass, yo. But yeah, no. But Conscious Pod, you know, he stays elevated and above the clouds. Had a little turbulence there, but he got right through it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So everyone, I hope you've been enjoying your Sunday. I know. First, I just realized too. I don't know why it was 9/11. It's been 21 years, yo. Yeah, 21 years, man. Good lord. You know, since the horrible events that happened, you know, with the World Trade and everything like that. Yeah, no, that was a day, you know, I kicked because I was on campus, you know, and you know.
Nigga, I forgot. I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I was in 7th grade.
Pilot was in elementary school, I'm sure. Oh, that's the camera.
Yeah, Pilot was like daycare or somewhere.
Yeah, I was in 7th grade. I was actually supposed to go down to the city that day because my grandfather had passed away and the funeral was that day. So I took the day off of school to go down, and then we never went down because I woke up and everything happened and my dad turned on the TV and it was, that shit was, I saw the second one go down. Like, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so did I. Because I remember I was half asleep and I walked to the living room because my roommates at the time were like, "Oh shit!" And I'm looking, I was like, "Yo, you guys watching a movie or something?" It's like, "No, that's real." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then I get to the classroom and like everything's out of like crazy. Like the administration says, "Oh no, classes are canceled. Please go back to your dorms and shit like that." I'm like, "God damn! Like that's some shit right there." But yeah, and the world hasn't been right since. You know, I mean, obviously, if you taking planes, you know, they a little stricter on things. You can't carry certain things on there before. You know, airports maybe throw out my sporting ways one time. I was kind of upset with that. It cost me $7, motherfucker. So yeah, it was a different. You know, it's been different since then though. But we can't ever forget about that atrocity though. Yeah.
Welcome to Ground Zero. I mean, you gotta honor them correctly and play some Dipset afterwards.
Dipset Taliban.
Word.
Nah, but rest in peace to everybody, and you know,
for real.
Yeah, because that shit changed my life. Because I was gonna be a fireman until that happened.
Yeesh.
Oh yeah.
That's it, man. Because I had a friend I was training with at the time who was like 50 years old. And I used to run with him in the morning, and he could do a mile in 5 minutes.
Oh,
this how in shape he was. He was one of the first people who was called from Florida to go up to help, and he was up there for months. When he came back and I seen him, man, that shit put him through hell, and he couldn't hit them 5-minute miles no more.
Oh damn! It really changed.
Yeah, and I'm talking about before this happened, I was already chilling at like the fire station and knowing the dudes and you know what I mean? So it's like after that happened, I was like, man, fuck this. Like, yeah, I'm good. So yeah, that shit changed people's lives, niggas. Like literally, like
yeah, exactly. It was such an atrocity too. And then, of course, you know, I have a boxing memory because you know that was the weekend that we were supposed to get Hopkins Trinidad too.
Yep.
Yeah, so
motherfuckers ruined that.
Yeah, so they pushed it back a couple of weeks, you know, give or take. So who knows? Like, you know, maybe you know Tito might have actually been up for that fight at that particular time.
And Jay-Z wouldn't have lost so much money betting for him.
Right. For real.
But y'all niggas don't know that. Some of y'all know.
Yeah, that shit was hella crucial, man. You know, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was a lot of money, you know, got fucked up because of that. You know, yeah. But yeah, 9/11, man. You know, we're still feeling the effects of that even to today, man. So yeah, we definitely can't forget that. You know, it took me something on TV. It's like, oh wait a minute, 9/11. Oh shit, to me to recognize it's been that long. You know, for real. But other than that, you know, and then of course, you know, if you're a football fan, I would say hope you're enjoying your NFL Sunday, like you know.
They didn't tune in for that, nigga.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for the NFL preseason show, seasonal preview from Ring Gang members.
Yeah, you have to excuse my brother Shuttleworth LB. You know, he doesn't know any better. Man.
We do not discuss pigskin shit when I'm involved.
Yeah, well, we're working on him, people. Like you know, we will save him. Trust me. Like,
football.
All right, let's be honest. Let's be honest, Pat. There's no saving him. This nigga's a lost cause when it comes to
it's over.
So.
I'm trying to keep the faith, man, because I'm a positive man.
Nah, that gonna be the new cartoon. That gonna be the new future episode. Like I'm gonna be a football fan, but then y'all find out like the real Sutter's like kidnapped and it's like a robot. And he infiltrate Ring Gang and find y'all weaknesses and shit. Yeah.
God damn, yo, my nigga, are you ill? Jesus, like, just good lord.
I don't know. That sounds like a dope episode. What y'all talking about?
That might be some of the wildest shit you ever said. And you told me a lot of wild shit, but that's up there.
He's like, oh man, y'all not watching the Dolphins game? Everybody just look at me crazy, like the fuck. But
you know
let's shit. If Shutter want to watch it, and everybody just like awesome, like real, like damn man, LB he real cool to hang with now. Like,
yo, real talk, I'm up for it. Yo, yeah. If that gets done, I'll be glad to put all my heart and soul into the dialogue for that. Yo, real talk. Oh shit, no. But yeah, I won't go anymore. But I just hope everyone's enjoying the NFL Sunday, the first one of the season. But yeah, no. So since we didn't have any boxing yesterday, we do have boxing coming up for next Saturday, and it's probably the biggest fight of the year.
That has no buzz.
Huh?
That has no buzz. I'm sorry. I was working on my ad libs. Like that wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, that's been a thing. Everyone keeps saying there's no buzz, no buzz, no buzz.
So hold on. If a fight has no buzz, does it have a buzz if people keep saying it has no buzz?
Enlightenment. You just drop some Buddha shit, and you're right. Like people just want hate. Like, oh, it's Canelo and Triple G. Oh. But then I find it hard to believe that niggas are more excited about fucking Wilder and Robert Helenius than this fight. Like, and I got into this with someone on Twitter.
The buzz ain't there, bro.
I'll be honest. I was actually more excited for the whole card, but now since the Matias fight isn't going to be on there, now that definitely took the wind out of my sails. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, that day is going to be stacked with. We got Henny Cambosis and that card, and
the women's fight.
I'm not worried about. I'm not even. I don't have. There's no buzz for me for Haney Cambosis. I don't even give a shit about that.
That's a non-factor. Like
yeah. If you want to say there's no buzz for that, I'll go with that. You know what I'm saying? But niggas can kill me and talk about there's no buzz for Triple G Canelo. I'm more excited about Wilder one punching Helenius. Like, get the fuck out of here.
The buzz, it's like I said before, the buzz already peaked for Canelo Triple G. It still has a buzz, but it won't match that peak buzz it had in July, whatnot,
right,
or late June until maybe the weigh-in.
Right, and then we can talk about how or why not, because number one, shoulder programming. Now, as we all know, shoulder programming is useful if let's say if the guys aren't, the fighters are not active on your social media or they're not on some Mayor Baumgartner shit, then it's got to be something that keeps the fight going where it needs to be. The Zone, unfortunately, one of the biggest complaints about it since they launched is the lack of shoulder programming. I think they have something for the makings of Canelo, and that's pretty much about it. Like,
they got to do a makings of Canelo, so you can't talk about his last fight where he got his ass beat.
Yeah, exactly.
They're doing everything they can to not talk about their last two fights, and the reason being because if you do, you're gonna make Golovkin look better than Canelo, and that's not the story the boxing media wants to portray. And they know too that if Canelo struggles, it's a lose-lose fight for Canelo. If he struggles, it's because he's trash. If he doesn't KO him, he's trash. If he gets KO'd, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Trust me, yeah. Twitter will be a very interesting.
If he has another controversial decision, it'll be trash. So it's like he has no.
And if he KOs him, he's an old man.
Yeah, he's supposed to KO him.
Yeah, supposed to.
So you basically stretched out a rivalry for 5-6 years just to KO somebody because you couldn't do that with Benavidez or Bivol or Charlo or Andre.
Right.
You just always had to keep that Golovkin fight right in your back pocket.
Right.
Like a damn black card at a racist job interview. He said, bam, y'all really don't like niggas anyway. I heard y'all. You're just waiting to pull that shit out. I feel you.
Yeah, and it's kind of getting tiring because it's like, there's no other fight right now that's even coming close to being as big as Triple G Canelo 3.
We'll tank Ryan Garcia because they keep saying that's close to happening. If that gets called, if that gets made, that's the biggest fight in boxing to me.
Right.
Crawford Spence, that's so 2020 to me.
Well, if they make it, it would be the biggest fight this year. Like, to me,
honestly, I still don't even feel that way. I feel like Tank Garcia is like perfect timing. It's gonna overshadow Spence.
Tank Garcia
Crawford.
is something a little different because only because there's like, and this I know where we differ because there's nothing really on the line other than a GameStop belt. Whereas, Crawford and Spence and Crawford is literally
we all tired of that shit. No one cares, my nigga. Like, no one cares no more.
Well, it's not the belts. It's also pound for pound shit too. Like, there's a lot more on the line. Like, Tank Garcia.
Dude, just because more shit is on the line don't mean more people care. People want to see Ryan Garcia and Tank get in a hard fight, and I think we want to see that more
Well,
Crawford
because both of them have been currently fighting less than still competition and not going after the niggas that
Crawford been.
Like, you know, Garcia, I mean, is ducking Haney. It's been ducking Haney for days, and you know, Tank is, you know, his handlers don't want him near 135 or 140 champions, legitimate champions. So
Yeah, this the young niggas running the sport right now. All these old dudes who just want to keep old fighters around for paydays, or you know, use them against leverage because they don't want to fight the young guns in the division like the Boots or the Ortizes. Like, the sport gonna turn on Crawford and Spence if they don't make that fight this year.
Yeah, no, the sport's already about to turn on Ryan Garcia and Tank if they don't fight.
Nah, they still young. They got a chance, dude. Crawford and Spence.
Tank is 28. Garcia is young.
Bud's about to be 35 next month or some shit. So
thank you. That's an old nigga.
I can't give the age thing to Tank anymore because literally he's not that young anymore.
He's still in his prime. It don't matter.
Crawford ain't faded yet.
He's still young in his career. Crawford been having the same type of opponent for like the last 10 years. Like, let's be honest. I'm telling you, like, if these niggas don't get it together this year, that's it.
Well, that's the only thing I agree on. But yeah, I can't consider Tank and Garcia a bigger fight. I mean, because it's just.
I honestly just think it is. It just. I remember when last year, when it was first talked about in the beginning of the year, when Tank and all of them was on Mike Tyson podcast, and how they had everybody buzzing for that fight. It was a bigger moment
and then Mike had Tank on the phone. And it was trying to start.
I don't even remember Spence and Bud even getting that much, like getting to that level yet.
What are you talking about? They had that back stage thing where that
was so long ago. They never got to that point again.
Well, that, and then they had a couple of things where they each on each other's stories and shit like that. But that's pretty much.
That shit's still lame. It's still no oomph to it. It's no. Compare that to all the time you see Baumgartner and damn Mayer.
Mayer and Baumgartner, I understand, but I can't compare. Tank and Garcia will always lose a comparison to Crawford and Spence to me. It's not on that level. I can't put it on that level.
Nah, I can't.
It's a fight, but it's not as big as Spence and Crawford. It can't. It's no way. You know, it's barely as big as maybe Triple G and Canelo 3. To be honest.
Wow. Those are the 3 biggest fights in boxing: Triple G, Canelo, Spence, Crawford, Tank Garcia.
Yeah, but yeah, they're a solid 3.
If we was to do like stats, like,
you know what? Have we done a poll on that? If not, that's
like online stats, like when the fights get made, like Tank and Garcia. That's just going to hit more demographics. That's just going to be. It almost seemed like only the hardcores care about Spence and Crawford. The same demographics that want to see Wilder return is majority of the niggas who care about Spence and Crawford right now.
No, the ones that see want Wilder return are the ones that actually want Tank and Garcia. Like casuals want. Nigga, no hardcore wants to see a fucking Wilder Hellenius fight, bro. Like, no.
You know how many hardcore motherfuckers?
Nah, people like Wilder, bro.
Nah, I'm cool with that fight. Like.
It's fine for what it is, though. But that's not a fight. To me, that's the same fight because there's nothing on the line. It's just more or less, can Wilder, the last remaining American heavyweight, do anything to get?
That's a solid fight, solid card. But I'm just saying, like, those are the same niggas that's on that Crawford Spence shit. Like, keep talking about it all the time.
Watch when Spence Crawford gets made. Watch the whole boxing Twitter and shit will all get flooded with all this shit. Watch. You know, it will be ridiculous. Like, it'll be all over the place.
Same thing that happened with Tank and Garcia.
Yeah. But like I said, though, that I cannot say.
Triple G Canelo ain't gonna feel like that until like Thursday, Friday.
Right? Yeah, because then both of them are not American, even though both of them are, you know.
It's not even that. It's just they not promoting it, because to promote it, you gotta promote their last fights, and the guy that they want to win didn't look good, and the guy who they want to lose looked good. So it's like the easiest way to promote this fight, they don't want to do it because it's going to show impartiality. So they're just going to let it stay like this.
Oh, and I see Henny Gossick checked in, salute. I'm 50-50 on Garcia Davis being on that level.
Thank you. At least it's up there.
I mean, for the longest time, I thought under 147, Tank Garcia is like the biggest fight to make, but it might be bigger than Spence Bud, to be honest.
It is, man. Don't listen to this old motherfucker. Yeah, Eagles fan.
I'm speaking sense. Like it would make sense to me if one of them actually try to knock.
We've had polls on this, and people was getting damn tired of fucking waiting for Spence and Crawford.
Well, niggas is getting tired of Tank win to fight someone that they think that he has a chance.
No,
losing.
You're getting tired of that.
No, everyone's getting tired of it.
Not the fans who be selling out.
You're the one who actually
that arena.
I mean, you're the one that's actually like the Barrios fight, and where I speak common sense about it. Like, nah, that's not it. That's not it. So yeah,
Tank fought undefeated in his prime boxer puncher at 140.
Tank fought someone who's barely a top 10 140 pounder, and not even the best.
Barely, but still a top 10. He was dangerous. It was a good fight.
The 140 pounders on PBC have, I would, there are stuff I would pick that actually would beat Tank.
That opponent is just as good as the old washed up Linares that Devin Haney fought.
Exactly, but Linares is a champion. What about these other niggas that these other
former champion? He wasn't a champion when Devin Haney fought him.
Well, but he
wasn't in his prime.
Nigga, what former champion has Tank fought in recently? Gamboa. That's the last one.
Mario
fought him before Haney did.
No, Mario's not no champion. I don't want to hear that bullshit. We're not gonna do no game structure.
This nigga, he's getting serious. Shout out to my nigga PJ.
Yo, TJ, you on, but you sound, you're supposed to announce yourself, brother. What's good?
Nah, he been on, man.
Yeah, I know he's been on, but he didn't announce himself.
Well, yeah, because I didn't think I was gonna make it.
He's like, hold on, let me hear this nigga finish saying some bullshit, and then
nigga, you saying some bullshit. But yo, let PJ
into this.
PJ, man. So
yo, PJ, tell us how you feel about Golovkin and Canelo, then.
It took them long enough.
Yes,
that would say for one. My general interest in it is not really that high with it. It should have happened a little bit of a while ago.
But you know whose fault is that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just making sure, because I don't want niggas to be like, it's both of them, they, this, that, them, it's one guy.
But anyway, it's finally happening. I still think Triple G's jabs are still going to give him fits. I'm just not too sure what exactly the strategy is for the two going into this.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, because, obviously, as LB had mentioned before, Canelo suffered a very humbling defeat at the hands of Dimitri Bivol, a.k.a. Dimitri Mayweather, where niggas used to talk, they used to talk about, no, the Canelo's like a boxing wizard, this, that, and the third, and then you see him getting boxed up and countered, like he was going out of style and eating combos on the ropes and stuff like that, him turning red, looking like he was trying to blow a straw house down or some shit with some pigs in it. You know what I mean? So, it was that type of struggle. Bivol, he clearly won a 9-3, maybe a 10-2 fight, but the judges were on some bullshit on that with the actual score. It was not no 115, 113. And as they said, that the media doesn't they don't want to mention that because it's like, Canelo, it looks bad. And I think it's probably has hurt the buildup of this fight. Whereas Triple G, this last time out, had a little, uncomfortable moments. But in the end, he ended up knocking someone who the announcer was saying had like a football helmet in the skull and shit like that. I guess they were wrong about that.
Commentators curse.
Yeah. The commentators were kind of wilding on that. They wouldn't put no respect on Triple G's name. So yeah. And I agree that this fight should have happened at least a couple of years ago. But we all know what happened. We all know the story and stuff like that. And obviously now Triple G has aged, and Canelo has acquired more mileage on him, per se. So, and the only thing that I've seen in the build-up is I know Canelo's been really cutting down his golf and doing more calisthenics type of thing. And that's really the only thing I've seen. Nothing. Obviously they're not gonna give away the whole strategy or whatever what they're gonna do with Triple G.
He's still looking past them, dude. Remember the whole Usyk comments and shit?
Oh yeah, that or the Bivol. Talking about I want to fight Bivol after this.
He's still not 100% focused on the fighter in front of him, and this is the second time in a row.
Yeah, and you can tell, and you can tell he's like angry too. Like, and every time this dude has a camera on, he's like angry. Like everything's angry. You know, it's like, bro, you a millionaire, bro. Just focus. You don't need to be angry to the public. Just talk in a calm manner that yes, you're gonna work hard and you're gonna beat Triple G convincingly this time. You know, instead of talking about other opponents. Because Triple G is not a person you overlook unless either unless you're like really solid in your whiskers like he is, or you're thinking that you're gonna get outboxed or won't get hit, all that. But yeah, it's building up to be like that. But I mean, obviously we also can't look at Triple G and it's like, okay, he's in his prime, because
not that he just knocked out that damn Corolla he fought. The fuck out of here. He put dents in that shit.
He did, because power is the last thing to go in a fighter that's aging. And Triple G is still one of the top 10, probably top 5 punchers in the sport.
It just wasn't the power. He still was pulling the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't hesitating. It's like he was punching like on some anger shit at the end.
Right.
Like, we haven't seen Canelo punch like that in a while.
Yeah, because
somebody punch at Canelo like that.
That's also true. Yeah, it has been a while. I think. Yeah. I mean, Bivol's like probably the last person actually to really throw combinations and actually land combinations on him since the last Triple G fight. Like,
yeah, but those weren't no "I hate you, motherfucker" combinations, or "let me knock this big motherfucker down" combinations. Like, Triple G was throwing some "let me knock this big Japanese motherfucker down" combinations.
He was.
Bivol was like, "Let me throw some unanimous decision-y combinations."
It's Bivol. What do you expect?
Oh shit! But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So PJ, in terms of what you think, how do you see this fight actually going down with what you know or what you think so far, like in terms of these two fighters?
Barring, I guess, their antics on the mics and stuff like that, and even from their last performances, I don't really see it being a stoppage in any way. I feel it's just going to go to decision. Something is just going to be sitting in the back of either one's head to make them a little cautious or careful. So it's just going to be a case of what game plan either one wants to go with. If Canelo tries the outboxing method, he'll probably get out-jabbed, but if he does the push-forward method, he'll still get the favoritism for it. What Triple G opts to do is, what I think he might try and do is more or less against his own gas tank. Because you can see he visibly slows down when you can tell he gets a little bit more fatigued, and it's noticeable. But he's really good at holding on and keeping it steady. So it's just a case of how well will his gas tank hold out. Because we are fully aware of how notorious Canelo's own gas tank is, but that's only if you push him, as shown with Bivol.
Right.
So it's just a case of gas tank versus gas tank.
I think both gas tanks are going to go at one point. It's like, it's just going to be a matter of how, like, when. Because I think Triple G is going to start off slow, and then by the mid rounds he's going to really pick it up. But then I don't know if his stamina will last past like he obviously slowed down at times in the Murata fight, and I don't know if he'll be able to keep up, with a full tank for all 12. I think by round 9 we're going to see him slow down a bit. So then it's just a case of if Canelo picks back up, or is his stamina going to go too? So I don't know, but he conserves it, like, because now he just becomes a glorified just stalker and just only throws one punch at a time. I think if he tried to like throw combinations, he would tire quicker. So Canelo, that is.
Yeah, and the funny thing is too is, I mean, obviously in the second fight too, like the biggest thing that he did, because people were getting on his case about his boxing and all the back foot boxing he was doing in the first fight, was he did move forward on him, and the judges did like the combinations he was landing on Triple G. And having
he also missed a lot too.
He did, but I think the judges really liked the fact that he was, that he would move forward this time, and Triple G was a little slow to pick up the combinations until like midway through the fight.
And see, that's what happens when you start scoring with a damn preconceived narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Just because this motherfucker was moving forward, still got out jabbed, but he's moving forward. Like, fuck out of here. Canelo got a draw at best in that second fight.
Yeah, at best. I did think. It was closer. I did think Triple G won that fight, 115-113-ish. But the other judges saw it the other way. So what can you do? Like,
I can't see 7 rounds for Canelo in that fight, and he knows it too. Because if he wanted to just end the trilogy, he could have did it instead of the Jacobs fight.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody was trying to give him damn participation points for beating Fielding. But he just fought Golovkin. Why he gotta fight him again? I mean, even though it was a close back and forth classic middleweight
and even
contest.
and also too, it's the last fight on American soil to date that actually went over 1 million buys, both fights. So
you know what? Let me ask you this, Pat, because you're a little older, and you know some of the historical significance of these middleweight bouts. How come is it we never get a middleweight fight, a middleweight classic back to back? We never get that immediate classic rematch back to back in middleweight fights. You might get them at heavy, you might get them in other divisions, but for middleweight, for some reason, I'm just trying to remember the last great middleweight fights, and we got them back to back.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
because Kelly, Pavlik, and Taylor really wasn't a great fight.
It wasn't.
The second one, the rematch.
The second one was low key a robbery, but we'll talk. That could be.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah,
I thought Taylor won that shit too.
Right.
The first fight was a good fight. But I'm saying, whenever you never have the fucking immediate rematch to a good fight. Like, for some reason, Triple G Canelo 2 needed a rematch. Taylor Wright needed a rematch. Like, immediate rematch.
Right.
There's been other ones. Abraham Edison Miranda.
Well, they had a rematch, but it wasn't a middleweight, and it was years past.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't. It deserved an immediate rematch.
Yeah, but yeah, for some reason, it's because either the fight was most likely too hard, or the promoters was like, you know what, I can't risk this. Like, this was too much. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about middleweights that some shit goes left, and they're like, yo, wait a minute, well, nah, like this is bad. Like
it hardly ever happens, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird that middleweights like that, but other divisions they run that shit back ASAP. But it's been a while.
Heavyweights, but middleweight, them niggas never run that shit right back like that after a good fight. Mm-hmm. There's always some bullshit.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Henny God. He said, "I want Triple G to win. I like to see Canelo lose. Not a fan of Triple G either, though." Okay, that's.
I'll allow it.
Yeah,
we'll take that.
I mean, he's keeping it real. Like, we can't, if you got to keep it real, you got to keep it real. It is what it is.
Yeah. And then it seemed like, honestly, that's the whole underlying theme. I feel like a lot of people is low-key rooting for Golovkin to win.
Right.
But it's almost like voting for Trump or Bush. Like niggas is just on the, like, they say, hell nah, fuck that shit. But they get in the poll, they're like, nah, you know what?
Yeah, because
it ain't too wrong.
I ain't voting for either of them. So how about that?
Yeah, I think it's because there's two different types of hatred. Because Canelo, obviously, people want Canelo to go fight on PBC, because they think, PBC will get him beat, and finally, and they think he's just avoiding that, even though he's getting paid far more money than what he's doing now than he's just doing something at the PBC. And then Triple G for years has been called a can crusher and overrated, and him winning over Canelo would be, would have to silence a lot of people say they think he's overrated or some shit like that.
Yeah, he would get he got the fans who want to see him vindicated. Then you got the neutral people who kind of just tired of Canelo's bullshit. Mm-hmm. Then you said the PBC dudes who just want to be on some, that's what you get. For ducking Charlo and Andre and Benavidez and this nigga and that nigga.
Yeah.
Got a whole
Nah, Henny God, it's not like that. I'm just saying in general, like not you, like you see, you just straight up admitting this shit, like, man, I ain't a fan of Triple G, but shit, I do want him to win. Fuck Canelo. I like see that motherfucker lose. That's real nigga shit.
The lesser of two evils.
Yeah, exactly. But you got no problem saying that. But then you got niggas out here like right now who be like, man, I can't stand neither one, man. Fuck them. Old motherfucker killer and this dude and ginger motherfucker, steroid abusing motherfucker. And then when the fight happened, and you see Canelo get hit with a clean jab or two, you up here like, oh yes.
Yo, facts.
And then it's like, well, damn, nigga, just say you want Golovkin to win, like.
Yeah.
You start rooting for him mid fight when he started landing on this motherfucker, like, nah. But you ain't want to say shit. You ain't want to say Golovkin could give him a hard fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I say, because people say, "Oh, there's no buzz," but trust me, come Saturday, you know they're gonna tune in, even though
if 100 people say there's no buzz to a fight that's not buzzing, is there any buzz to the fight? I mean, like, if niggas keep repeating saying no buzz, like no.
And the fact that you know some of the fights that people want to see aren't signed yet, and it's it's like the de facto biggest fight right now. Like there's no fight right now that's been signed, it's already signed, that's bigger than it.
Because I'll explain why. Because boxing evolved to a point where the fans are more fans of the boxers than the sport themselves, than the sport itself.
Yes, sir.
So people just anticipate what certain fighters do over what's better for the sport or what's the biggest thing happening in the sport. Remember, every week we've had crazy big fights and niggas is like Crawford, Spence,
right?
Joshua Usyk,
yeah,
Ruiz Ortiz, Joshua Usyk. You had fucking same thing happening this week.
Yeah,
niggas is still worried about, like, all I'm saying, if that fight is pay-per-view, if y'all niggas don't make that a $2 million pay-per-view sales, then y'all motherfuckers failed the sport. Cause as much fucking talking y'all niggas, I hope y'all niggas is got tickets or y'all at that or y'all buy that motherfucker.
Yeah, no,
because people keep focusing on fights that ain't happening yet. When you got big fucking fights happening,
right?
That at one point or another you fucking anticipated and wanted to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you seeing that even with the damn mailbags. You can't even read a mailbag from these boxing niggas because all they do is ask about hypothetical shit, and it's like, damn, you got Aleem fighting this nigga, you got Fulton fighting this dude, Golovkin fighting this dude. No one's talking about the shit that's happening that weekend and getting perspective on that. Motherfuckers is talking about what happens if Clarissa Shields bumped into Christy Martin and Layla Ali at the club or some shit. Like, motherfuckers is just want to know shit like that. Like, what happens if Spence stubs his toe, you know, in a fight with Paul Williams, prime for prime, like, right. Like that's the shit niggas be asking now, and it's like, who's the A side for Arthur Bitterby versus Usyk? Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
who cares, nigga? Like,
yeah, niggas is weird about that shit. Like,
yeah, the Spence Bud shit, especially with the A side, B side, 60-40. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh lord, tell him, my nigga, tell him.
Like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, so you motherfuckers is like, so don't say they have no buzz, but you're not even out here trying to push some of these fights that are already made for it. You're like, because there are some good fights out there that have been made, but you want to focus on.
Wait. So when Bud Crawford gets made, what's gonna be the fight that we want to talk about that we hope gets made to deflect from Crawford's Spence?
God.
What's the next big fight? Because boxing fans, we're always looking ahead. We look more ahead than the goddamn Canelo, nigga. Like, okay. Is it gonna be Boots versus Ortiz? Is that the next one?
That's the next one. Yeah,
that's the next one. Okay,
I feel like it
Tank
is.
Ryan.
Nah, that's gonna happen. So I mean,
yeah, Shakur versus
Shakur.
People online are still craving for Wilder and Joshua, surprisingly.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll be the next one then.
That happened.
Oh no, we gotta agree on one though.
2018, 2017. Everybody stuck at that time frame.
Yeah.
Everybody stuck at 2017. So hold on, what's gonna be the official next fight to look forward to.
Once Tank and Ryan happens, they'd be like, once it's announced, they'd be like, well, but yeah, that's cool, but when is he going to fight Haney?
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
No, but it has to be a fight, though. Just like Bud and Crawford. I mean, Crawford and Spence is a fight for everyone to always talk about, even though they got something else. It's like, what is the damn...
Inoue Fulton.
What is...
Yeah, Inoue.
Okay.
And then that one probably because there's already little guy bias, but just for the fact that Fulton is an American in that.
But is it the big enough fight though? Is it the big enough fight for all the boxing, not just the hardcores?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's some of them, but it's not enough. Like it got to be a bigger fight.
Right, and because like I said, a lot of the casuals even just don't like to watch sub 126 fights. That's
you can't tell me Fulton Inoue is the next big fight once Crawford Spence is made.
Right, even though hardcore is what it would be a big fight, but yeah, unfortunately,
well, of course it's a great fight. Fuck
and
that.
as soon as Spence Crawford gets announced, they're gonna be like, well, I want the winner to fight Charlo. Like they're already looking past the fight.
Yeah. In a Henny God, yeah, exactly. That's facts. Boxing fans like wrestling fans with the looking ahead and what ifs. Yeah, instead of you, yeah. And so I hope people get what we're getting at. Yeah, so you gotta fights that are actually happening now. And saying that a fight isn't, a fight isn't having any buzz isn't really saying much because it's like it clearly because you guys are gonna tune in and I know I'm gonna see people asking for links, asking for where to watch. It's gonna be in the movie theaters, by the way, people. So you can actually watch. If you find a movie theater, you can actually watch it for $15 or whatever the fuck they charge in movie theaters these days. Like it might be more. Like I don't know.
God damn! If movies are more than $15 now, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Regular ass movie during regular times, I've paid I think $18 sometimes, man. And that's if I forget to actually get like my hookup tickets from work. And I'm like,
I remember back in the day, $20 paid for you and Shorty tickets.
And to get some candy too. For real.
I don't know about maybe. I mean,
candy or popcorn. At least popcorn, at least. Yeah.
That's way back in the day, but yeah. I mean, we used to just go into the Kmart next door and buy the candy, in the little aisle, and then come get the movie ticket. But yeah, I feel you.
Word. So Pilot. So tell us how you feel. So tell us what you feel about Triple G Canelo 3 and how you think how this might play out.
And your prediction, nigga. Your prediction.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a little past the expiration. Well, I mean, it's kind of nearing the end, but it's still a good fight. I mean, honestly, myself, I'm just as hyped to see Bam's fight and the Ammo fight. To be honest, maybe next week it'll pick up, but I don't know if it's gonna have that big fight feel. Like I feel like the Zone and American fight. I don't know, like the biggest. I mean, has there been anything bigger than Katie Taylor Serrano in terms of that feeling you get when both fighters are in the ring and the crowd and everything? Because Canelo Bivol seemed non-existent. I'm sure that the Canelo Triple G, when they're in there, we'll get that sense of okay, it's happening. But it'll be a good fight. I feel like at first, obviously, I think a lot of people thought Canelo was just gonna KO Triple G before the Bivol shit. I mean, honestly, a lot of people. I've seen people kind of change and flip it up a little bit after. I still think Canelo will probably win a decision. To be honest, I don't know. Triple G's a little older. Against Murata, there were spots where he looked like a prime Triple G, but Father Time's undefeated.
And that's a very legit thing because I mean, obviously we've seen Triple G clearly slow down, and obviously all the BS people say that he was on roids. If you're on roids, you don't have the type of decline that he has. Like
I never heard Triple G that people thought Triple G was on roids. I never heard that.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I've never heard that.
No, I remember people insinuating that he was dirty after the Rosado fight.
When he was like quote unquote unknown.
When he was beating up Rosado, I think even Rosado thought he was dirty.
I think but wasn't that like more about the gloves than anything?
Yeah, I heard the gloves shit.
But I don't recall hearing anything else.
Yeah, it might have been gloves. I don't know, but it was something.
But I mean, obviously, all those talks died once Canelo popped. Once Canelo popped, I think all that shit died immediately.
Well, with that said, I feel like I don't know. People are saying, Canelo will give him to the body. I'm like, Triple G is a great boxer, and he has a GOAT tier chin, elite level chin. So I can't see him get. I mean, I'd be shocked if he gets knocked out or stopped. So, I would honestly like to see. It'd be a nice story for Triple G to win. I don't know if I see that happening. I think Canelo will win a decision, and this time it won't be that disputed.
What score are you thinking?
A legit 8-4, like a legit 8-4. I don't see anybody getting knocked down or anything. So I think it'll be a clear decision for Canelo. Well, 8-4ish.
All right. PJ, because I know you said decision, but who do you think will win the decision and by what?
I think Canelo will eke out the decision, just because of even though he is notorious for gassing out, he does have methods to catch his breath and then slowly come back. One of the main reasons I think where if either one decides to get a chance to go with something, the other guy's going to clip them, and then immediately they're going to be like, oh, hang on, let me be cautious again. And then it's just a case. I personally think it'll be in the first few rounds. We'll know where it's going to go. If Triple G opts to do the slow start, technically Canelo could get away with stealing some stuff, but he's also slow to start too. So it makes it really annoying. So for score, I think it's going to be close again, like 115, 113. I think it's going to be close again.
All right, I can see that too. That's the thing that I know. If Triple G gets a little gun shy at first, obviously the jab does win fights, but if he gets a little gun shy and let Canelo, do his little shoe shines and shit like that, and he does land him from time to time. Yeah, the judges are going to like it because he's landing on Triple G, then he's the more effective puncher. That's how they're going to go. But yeah, I can definitely see that. P, what about you?
I think it's going to be it's basically the same, like a 115, 113 type decision for Canelo. I think he'll start off strong. I think Golovkin will start off a little slow and then pick it up by the mid rounds and jab his ass off. Maybe even hurt him again. But I think by the 9th round, I think he's going to just slow down, and I think Canelo will pick up the pace and just eke out a decision. So it's always going to be a close one with these two, because these two have their style complements each other, where people you're always going to argue about who really won or who did the better work. It's just it's one of those things. So, but I think this will be more of a more clear decision for Canelo. So,
and what about you, LB?
Triple G late KO.
Oh, okay, you call.
And I don't think the fight gonna start out slow. I actually think they're gonna just get right to it, and it's gonna be like a battle of the gas tanks. And I think Golovkin might approach it a little different, where he's gonna jab more to get inside instead of jabbing to beat him up.
Jabbing either to keep his hands busy, just to keep his hands moving. I mean,
yeah, and because I think Golovkin's gonna count on being able to hit as hard as he would do in sparring,
right?
Because it's gonna be like 168 pound Golovkin,
right?
Much more mass is gonna be going behind those punches and everything. I know Canelo always been the heavier guy. They always try to make it seem like he was a smaller guy, but he was always the heavier guy than Golovkin.
Heavier, stockier guy. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So it's different type of punching and movement for Canelo. His punches are gonna be the same. I don't see them being any different.
I mean, outside of him obviously being at 170. I mean, because obviously Canelo has been to 175 right. And stuff like that. So it's just there's always a chance that maybe doing that Canelo might have a little something extra behind his punches. But then also there's two things. Number one, with Triple G going up to 168, because everyone knows Triple G. I mean, it's amazing that Triple G has made 160 for as long as he have too. I mean, most people think, okay, I mean, so it's like now that these extra 8 pounds. And then, like I said, he probably will punch a lot harder. Like there's no question about it. He might even be a little bit more sturdier. He might have a little bit more in the tank. But like, it could be. It's just like how we thought Canelo was once he stopped draining down to 154 and 160. He showed the gas tank at 168.
But see, not really at 168 because no one pressed him. It's not like he beat Benavidez, so we could say that.
Right, but then also too, but it used to be like Canelo used to be gassing out against whoever. That's what I'm saying. So it's like to see him to not gas out at 168.
It's pretty much the same. Like he like the last time someone really fought him was at 160. Right. But that was Jacobs.
Yeah.
No one's giving him a physical, like an offensive fight to that level since then.
Right.
Like Bivol was like the last person to put that type of offensive effort.
Are you talking about Canelo? Yeah, Canelo's gas tank issues seem to have improved, however, but since that Bivol fight was like a return of the return.
Because somebody was putting it on him. Mm-hmm. No one else has put that type of offensive effort to him, so it looks like his gas tank improved, but it hasn't. When he has to work or be more defensively responsible than he wants to,
he's able to pace.
He's able to pace himself.
He's able to pace himself. Yeah.
You can't do that shit with Golovkin when them jabs hurt your fucking head. Mm-hmm. You can't do that with Bivol when the combinations keep coming every time you want to take a break.
Right. And there was plenty of that. Dude would just go through the ropes and Bivol like, okay. Then he would land his 5 to 7 punch combinations on them. And then, Canelo would tell him to come on and then Bivol wouldn't do it. And then, this motherfucker would be huffing and puffing and shit. That was...
The only thing is here, this fight is important is Golovkin, if he could get his second win, if he could stop Canelo before he needs a second win or after he gets it. I think it's better if he try to stop him before. But Canelo starts peaking out around 4 rounds. Golovkin start turning it up then. But if he can get it going earlier, which I think he will, you can see something, I think maybe 7 rounds.
Right.
Because Golovkin's going to start getting tired around the 7th.
Yeah,
and he's going to try to pick it up around the 10th with that second win. Both of them niggas going to get tired around the same time. But I feel like Canelo's going to get going to get tired, going to gas first. And he's going to survive like a knockdown or the onslaught, and Golovkin's going to have to end up TKOing him or stopping him when Canelo is like still trying to recover.
Right.
So I'm gonna say 7 round KO Golovkin.
Oh, truthfully, that's a bold prediction because
that's bold as fuck, babe.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, it's bold because obviously Canelo has not been down yet, and neither has Triple G. They've never been down, although Canelo has actually been hurt to the head before, whereas Triple G has been hurt to the body. Yeah. It's bold because, like I said, one thing I've always believed too is that Mexican fighters that start early in their careers, like at 15, shit like that, they get done early, like because it happens to all the great.
This seems like
yeah. And then
Canelo ain't the best diet either.
Yeah, if Canelo is eating grass and shit again like he did against Bivol, that could probably play a part too.
I low-key do feel Canelo might retire a little bit soon. I mean, like a quick retirement or some shit. I don't know. I feel like I have a hunch. I don't know why.
He's getting tired. He's getting worn out, man. All the activity, and he ain't fight. He's just now fighting the real fights now.
The motherfucker
that just show you.
He's Tiger Woods and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Him struggling with Bivol and struggling with Golovkin gonna show you the level they was at compared to Smith, Saunders, and Plant.
Right.
Who were all decent fights, but at the end of the day, it was UK career mode 2.0. with the urban download for plant. Urban Metro download for plant. So I've been saying this from the get-go. Did they have the skills and talent to beat Canelo? Yes. Did I pick them? Yes, I have no problem with saying that. Did they make decent account of themselves? Yes. But are they Bivol and Golovkin? Fuck no. Right. Are they Charlo and Andre? No. Are they Benavidez? No. You gotta have a certain level of boxing skill and fighting ability to beat Canelo or stand even with him.
Right.
And a lot of these guys, they only have boxing ability. But to be at that level with Canelo, you have to be able to have fighting ability too.
Right. You got frustrated like Floyd did. Floyd obviously had the boxing ability, and unlike Golovkin, Floyd was able to hit him with lightning fast counters almost at will.
And he had the fighting ability because he stood there in the pocket with him. He stood there
in the pocket against a heavier guy to do it. Yeah. So yeah.
Everyone he stood even with him had both.
Right.
Even Trout had the fighting ability because he still stood with Canelo, took shots, and still was launching damn 800 some punches at this dude.
Yeah, but the problem with Trout is Trout gets hurt a little bit too much sometimes. So that was probably
exactly.
Yeah. Whereas Floyd, outside not really getting hit all that much, has a solid set.
Yeah, but I'm naming all the dudes who gave Canelo stood equal, gave him tough fights.
And then there's Laura, who's probably more of a special case.
Yeah, he more of a special kid, but then his boxing was 2 stars.
Right.
I mean, everybody else is they just got 1 star. Floyd got 3 stars, Trout 1 star,
Yeah.
Bivol 1 star, Golovkin give him 2 stars.
Jacobs should have had. If
Jacobs got a star.
If Jacobs actually woke up earlier, he would have won that fight. But,
if that fight's at 168, Jacobs might have won that fight.
Yeah. So Canelo, yeah. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, fighting ability and boxing ability. Because like I said, Canelo has to respect your power. If Canelo doesn't respect your power, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's gonna walk right through you. He's gonna punch your arm.
You can't be afraid to throw the punches because Trout don't have power like that, and he was still and nothing discouraged him from throwing hands at Canelo. He was dropped and he was hurt late in the fight. And he still had Canelo on the ropes, throwing hands and connecting on Canelo, and Canelo's gassed and tired.
Which made me all disgusted at Callum Smith. Callum Smith is gonna have a long way to get back in my good graces because ain't no way.
Exactly.
Callum Smith is my fucking size. Ain't no fucking way you're gonna allow someone who you have 6 inches on or whatever walk you down and punch you in the arm until your bicep is torn.
He pretty much could have did the same shit Trout did. And just be bigger about it, he could have did what his brother did.
Liam Smith gave Canelo a tough fight, and he let me not get working because Callum Smith pisses me off.
Yeah, because it's Liam Smith is Canelo size, so imagine you're thinking okay, the bigger, stronger version, younger version of this guy should be able to do a better job, right?
Yeah, and he got
wrong.
Yeah, I was because I picked Council because he had all the physical dimensions and the stamina to do it. I don't. That still pissed me off because I can't. Obviously, because Canelo, the Council is my size, and Canelo is like a midget compared to him, and Canelo all he had to do was walk forward, punch him in the arm until his arm was bigger than his. I can't believe that there was no adjustment to that, none.
Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah.
But the momentum going Golovkin's side though, so that's why they ain't doing the promo, and you could low key. I think it'd be better for the sport that he win, and niggas is rooting for him low key.
Yeah, and yeah.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something, Pilot.
Yeah, he had some bars ready. Go ahead.
gate me out. It might come back. Fuck it.
I ain't rooting for nobody. I don't give a shit enough to root for anybody.
Oh yeah, wait. Did you? What's your? You didn't say who you think, did you?
No, P says. Yeah, P says.
He said decision.
Decision for. Well,
For
Yeah,
Canelo.
I didn't say my prediction yet. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, what's your prediction? Yeah.
prediction.
I mean, my thing is like, I mean, it's two things. Like now, Canelo. I mean, either will Canelo lose something going back down to 168 after being at 175 again? Because, like I said, them weight fluctuations are no good for fighters, even if it's just one division. Especially for Canelo, who's going up and down, facing all types of different types of fighters. At the velocity he's been doing. So it's like that could be an effect, and then Triple G coming up at 168. And honestly, and as much as I hate to say, I see this as a draw. I just think it's gonna be one of those fights where it's gonna look like someone actually won the fight. Let's just say it looks like Triple G won the fight, but the judges will do something because, like, you know what? If Canelo doesn't look bad, if Canelo looks less than stellar, yeah, we can't have him lose because we need to try to make this Evolve 2 fight. So I honestly think that it's gonna be a draw. I mean, it's gonna say Triple G might eke it out like on some 150, 113 shit, but honestly, I think it might work against him. Like, unless without any knockdowns, it's gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a draw just like the first fight. Hopefully, without the stupid 118, 110 score. But I honestly think because
I can see that happening too.
Yeah, because like these two are
being a draw,
like these two are evenly matched. Like I said, they both have chins, they both have power, they both have above
plot armor never the same though.
Was that?
The plot armor never the same.
Yeah, the plot armor is never the same. Yeah, exactly. Like there's not much that separates them in 1-2 fights, other than maybe Canelo has slightly faster hands, and Triple G is just like Triple G has a better jab. So it's one of those things. Now the only way that one of these two will probably win because it's convincingly is a knockdown has to occur, or if someone gets a point took for some stupid shit. But and like I said, both guys have never been officially put on the canvas before, so I mean, it'll be interesting. And truthfully, it feels like it could possibly happen in this fight, considering the things that are going on with both of them, age versus mileage, in a way, So it's like it could happen, but I just think it's gonna be another close fight, just like the first two fight, and just to make sure they save pretty. They're gonna preserve Canelo. It's gonna be they're gonna put it a draw. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a split decision draw. To be honest, it's gonna be
that'd be some whole shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing I can't shake too, because it's like because I mean Triple G. I mean, let's say
because I don't like how they had judges from the other fight that already scored against Golovkin.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, I think isn't like two of them from that fight are in this shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they already I think Golovkin know he got to do some damage in this fight.
Yeah,
he approaching this shit like Rocky 5, my nigga. Blunt force traumas.
Because that
game kind of with no decision with no fucking Canelo.
Yeah, that plot armor is like, I mean, if
he's looking at it, if he get Canelo looking as bad as Bivol did by the 4th round, and he's punching like he did against Murata in the 4th round,
yeah, could be a different fucking fight.
I'm saying,
but yeah, because like I said, usually these third fights, like I said, when you have these two fighters evenly matched, it's something is eventually going to give. Let's say because they're clearly familiar with each other. I mean, they spar with each other even before they actually had their actual two fights, so they're very familiar with each other. It's just now that both fighters have a whole bunch of mileage and nonsense behind them. You just never know what's going to happen.
You ain't got no Abel Sanchez in the mix with his negativity.
That's also true.
Remember, you gotta have someone. If your trainer don't believe you won a fight, and you felt like you won, and your fans and the majority of the boxing population felt you won, do you want this nigga training you?
Mm-hmm. And then also too, while Canelo still has Reynoso in his corner, Reynoso is having a horrible year to date.
Facts.
Yeah.
Horrible year. It's
Like,
a horrible
you know
year.
what? That you know what? The whole coaching aspect not even being played up. Like, yeah, like this is like, who's gonna redeem themselves for Reynoso's camp? Is it gonna be Canelo?
As always, but it is kind of. I mean, Triple G winning would be kind of poetic. You know what I mean? Like it'd be a good storyline. It'd be good, for the sport. I feel like,
Right.
Yeah.
feel good type shit. I don't know.
But
It's still gonna be fuckery.
yeah, it'll be fuckery, But obviously, for the fights that people want to make with Canelo, because there's a lot of them. I know PBC wants him back on there too, and then and
Canelo should want to be on there because PBC the only people who gonna promote his shit.
Right.
And that Bivol went like double copper.
yeah, exactly. Because,
Yeah.
mostly because hardcores knew of Bivol, but Bivol hasn't knocked out anybody in quite some time. It's been about 4
I mean,
years.
they barely interviewed him. He was like that Russian guy.
Yeah, and Bivol actually speaks better English than Canelo.
Oh, Payday.
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't believe in yourself, you will not believe in the nothing.
All right.
Greatest post-win speech ever.
Well, I am sorry I messed up Eddie Heard's plans, to fight Triple G.
That was hilarious.
Got him.
Yeah, Bivol knew what he was talking. Yeah, Bivol for a guy that's English, Bivol has a good command of the English because he can crack jokes. Like,
Did y'all see his reaction to when the interviewer asked him, "Oh, who's the Canelo still in the card?" I mean, and then his reaction, he was just like, "Really?" it was kind of like.
Bivol. Yeah, I mean, I interacted with him like in
See, in Showtime and PBC, they would have made good use of that if they promoted the fight.
Right.
But Matchroom, that shit is so one-sided. Niggas just gonna hype up Canelo all day.
Yeah, and it's the one thing too is like the zone. I mean, and I said it before, I don't agree with the zone pay-per-view. I do not believe, even with the fight with Triple G and Canelo, like the zone should have the zone pay-per-view is like, yeah, you came in here saying that you want to kill pay-per-view, you want to offer all these fights for $9.99 a month, which I was on board with because I to this day it's not $99 anymore, but I still pay it. But it's just like you want to do that, and then you want to charge another $64.99 on top of the fee. Whereas before you were just like, oh, if you don't have the zone, then yeah, it's offered on terrestrial pay-per-view. You can order it through something else, and not have to get the zone. And I didn't mind that. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, if you want to,
and they still gotta run ads in between rounds, so you can't hear the in-round commentary and corner speak.
Yeah, that's the one thing they
That's
do.
the one thing, like, you can't be charging niggas pay-per-view on a motherfucking app that you charge for, and you gotta keep running this shit like it's a fucking damn preschool bake sale, nigga.
That's scalp cookies.
Yeah, like y'all, like what's next? Y'all gonna sell on this motherfucker? Like niggas shouldn't be paying this much, or and y'all gotta run ads like every single minute.
Right, and for people who think we're just signaling, it's just the zone. No, ESPN did it too with fucking Crawford and Porter, and
Yeah,
I can't even begin to tell you how many problems people were experiencing because of that. Like there was legit problems because like some people like to do that it's stupid, And on top of that, because I have ESPN Plus too and I pay for it, but yeah, I'm not paying extra for pay-per-view. I don't care what UFC does. Like it's not a model that boxing should really adopt like that. It's not, But yeah, that the zone pay-per-view shit. Yeah, if you're gonna do that, then you gotta see there has to be ads. Like I've barely seen any ads on regular like on any channel. Like if football season's on, like you could throw an ad on there. I haven't seen one ad for it. Like
I think there was finally one during a college football game or some shit. Finally,
yeah. On top of there's no shoulder programming on this shit too. So it's like like what are we doing? Like like Matchroom have to realize like
they need to run ads on other people's shit. Stop running ads on your shit during your fights.
It's kind of crazy they don't got the contender type series on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like old boxing hanging out.
Dude, the Zone is the most underutilized platform in the world.
Shit, I don't know. Canada, they got NFL on there in Canada, so
That's in Canada. I'm talking about in terms of how they utilize for boxing. Like, yeah, like I mean, at one time, yeah, like DAZN had the fights on there, but if you're not gonna promote them, especially something that you put on pay per view, it's like a waste. It's like, you got to put the shoulder programming behind it. You got to put something behind that, to make people actually want to buy not only the pay per view, or at least buy to buy the zone for the month. Like, you got to do it. Like, you can't just rely on names, because it's not like we're Serrano and Katie Taylor, because that shit was organic as fuck. Like, that shit built and built and built and built without them trash talking each other. Like, that was a whole.
Yeah, because we had Jake Paul and Hearn promoting the hell out of that.
Yeah.
People downplay the amount of talking them two niggas did for that fight.
Yeah, and Jake Paul especially, because I mean, and you saw different. Like, the buzz was always there, and by the time weigh-in, like in the time it was the main event, the shit was just like shit was ridiculous. Like, you kidding me? I was like, no, I've never seen that for a women's fight. Like, outside, not even Layla Ali Frazier, and Jackie Frazier, I never saw that. I didn't see that shit. So, like, that was something special. And then the fight delivered. And then, and then everything went well for that. So I don't understand why they can't do it for two established stars in the fucking sport. Two of the top fighters in the sport, they can't do that shit with. Like, it makes no fucking sense. But like I said, but hey, let's say people that say it has no buzz, but they're talking about it. If it had no buzz, then you wouldn't want to talk about it. So you don't. So yeah, motherfuckers on Twitter that says there's no buzz, you're anticipating it on the low. You're just probably just full of cap. That's just really what it is.
Bars.
Yeah, but like I said, I hope we're all hoping for a great fight. For this, like, we're all hoping for. Some people are hoping for Triple G to win. Some people are hoping for Canelo to win. Like, I mean, because the loser of this fight is probably looking. They're gonna have to really go back to Canelo. For Canelo to lose twice, pound for pound shit. Yeah, that shit will be done. Like, he'd probably be like low top 10.
He'd be 10. He'd be 10 to me, 20.
No, you'd have to take him out the top 10. You have to take him out. He can't be on top 10. He can't be top 10 if he loses.
Yeah, fuck that.
In a row. Yeah, especially.
Yeah, and then obviously if Triple G loses, then he's the can crush. Oh, he never had it.
He's still unified champ though in 160. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
At 160, but it's gonna be like. It's middleweight, because, like, unfortunately, middleweight is not a really great division to watch. These
dead ass division, though.
Well, win loser, he's gonna have to come off that belt at 160, because he's gonna be mandated to fight Lara, and if not, then he tries to drop the belt.
Yeah, so. he's gonna get stripped. Yeah, so Triple G has, Triple G going from that to Lara. I would doubt he would do that.
He might retire or just try to.
It's okay. We have Triple G 2.0 and Gennadiy, right?
Yeah.
Oh God! Stop that! Stop that right now! Stop that right now!
Yeah, that dude is hilarious. He goes on Twitter. Is like, I would fight anyone. Inshallah. Dude be saying a whole bunch of stuff. Like, he's funny to me.
But he's sensitive too. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like, Mr. Blocking people for calling him an email champ. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's what he is.
Ralph Tresvant's sensitivity, even though it's probably not even him running that shit.
No, I think it is. He
like he fighting now. Shit, he got time. Right? He running that. All the niggas be running that shit. Most of them.
Yeah.
He's fighting social media. That's what
you'd be surprised.
He's active. Yeah. They're forever active on Twitter.
Oh yeah, very. Yeah, absolutely.
They spar on Twitter. They get their matchups on Twitter. I'm surprised there has been a title fight on Twitter.
Ugas be telling stories and shit on his Twitter. Long ass tweets and shit.
Y'all niggas need to go outside.
But yeah, we definitely gave the main event a lot of bars. Now, another big complaint about this pay-per-view, and this was also something different from Taylor and Serrano, is the undercard. Like, a fight like that should have at least a good co-main.
A marquee matchup, yeah.
Yeah, a marquee matchup because all eyes are on the promotion. Eddie, like, hello.
I have no clue who else is on the card.
See, this shit needed a Caleb Plant versus Darrell type fight.
Right, exactly. And instead, instead we get Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who, like I said, who's coming off the King Soar KO, and rightfully is riding a high wave. Though, they could have gotten him somebody out at 115 that's has a little bit more of a name outside of his brother. Of course, you can't fight brothers against brothers. That's wrong. So they get Israel Gonzalez, who's someone I think Chocolatito knocked around for like 10 out of the 12 rounds. So it's like. And it wasn't competitive enough. He didn't win any fight that I'd be like, he'll give Jesse Bam Rodriguez a tough fight. Jesse Bam Rodriguez just knocked out one of the cats that have one of the most solid chins in the sport, especially at that weight. So yeah, Israel Gonzalez doesn't mean nothing to me. Like, you kidding me? Like, nah. Like that shouldn't be a co-main. But Eddie should have should have been better. And then we also have a Gabriel Rosado showing on this. Like, yeah. Gabriel Rosado's just coming off catching another beating again. Like, he shouldn't be on this card either. Facing one of Triple G's proteges, Ali Akhmadov. That could possibly be a brutal fight for Rosado.
They got one of my favorite 168 prospects in Diego Pacheco too.
Yeah, and then they have the Joker, aka Mark Castro, this big teeth and shit.
Elon Musk, aka the Teddy Perkins from Atlanta looking motherfucker.
Yeah, Teddy Perkins. Yeah. That's exactly what that motherfucker looks like. Yeah.
And I'm probably my favorite 160 middleweight prospect, Ammo.
Yeah, Ammo's on
hopefully he shows out and gets a quick knockout.
Yeah, Ammo's probably one of the few people on there that I look because Ammo he's a wild dude though, but he does get it done in the ring, for the most part. So, but it's like I said, this pay-per-view needed a real marquee fight as a support, at least. And it's just mostly the matchroom prospects, Jesse Bam, and then bam, we have the fight. So to have people pay $64 for that, $65 for that, like, nah, bro, like, it's not right. Like, it's not right at all. Like everything about this needed to be better. Everything about this card, like, needs to be better.
Facts. And I hate how, like, Hearn always be like, soon as he was at, we got Bam Bam Rodriguez on this card. Oh, we got so and so. We got Ammo. It's like, dude, you just making a bunch of showcase fights. And you're acting like you're adding damn a hip hop alumni concert or some shit.
Right?
It's a glorified top rank prospect.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This nigga act like he's like, and we got Big Daddy Kane, and we got Cool G Rap, and we got Jay-Z, and we got Nas.
Actually, it's Jay-Z on FaceTime, but.
Yeah,
exactly, nigga. You're basically saying this. We got Nex.
Yeah.
We got Jagged Edge. We got Bell Biv DeVoe.
At least
we got
two of them.
We got Sons of Mans. We got Camp Low. Like, dude, like, chill. Like,
right.
Like the names is cool, but like, you're not putting them in the fights where you could be all hype like that. Because remember when they first announced the card, he just cut it. Oh, this nigga, that nigga. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just gonna want to tune in for the main event.
Yeah, exactly. Because even Taylor and Serrano, had, even then, they managed to build up a good undercard, which the undercard delivered, in Spain.
Yeah. But this shit, like, come on, man.
Yeah, like,
get the fuck over with.
Yeah, they gotta be better, man. So at best, obviously we hope that the main event will live up to the first two fights, and we get a great fight of the year candidate. We get something that'll shake up the sport, and then maybe at best we have undercard upsets, because usually when the undercard is kind of WWF superstar ish, then you hope for some upsets here and there. That's just the way it is. Like, you got, because it's no fun really watching the favorites, all of them win all the time, truly. So you gotta wish for at least for a couple upsets to fuck shit up, you know.
And they got to do it in a way where no one gets a robbery upset or something, because then you know it jinxes the main event.
Right, right.
I feel like Bam might fight to the level of his competition, maybe, you know.
Pulls out a gift draw.
Yeah, and honestly, if that one, because Bam is on his highest wave right now. If that happens, I'd be completely surprised.
Yeah, no, I don't think it'll happen. He's on a fighter of the year trajectory at the moment.
Losing to having being compared to Israel Gonzalez would be a big you know. So that can we don't want no Estrada Cortez vibes. Like, you know, we get rid of the dude and move on. Get rid of dude and move on to facing Chocolatito after he beats Estrada. That type of shit.
But you might want that, if it's the co-main, you might want the fight to be that good though, because you don't know how Golovkin Canelo might be.
Yeah, that's definitely the co-main for that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the co-main. That's for damn sure. You know, but yeah, overall the pay-per-view, like I said, there's a lot of things in this pay-per-view that could have been done a lot better. You know, especially for
how much is the price tag?
It's $64.99 if you have, if you do for the zone pay-per-view.
Fuck out of here!
Stop.
What is the zone thinking?
I might go theater for this joint.
Oh wait, they're not thinking. That's the problem.
Hey PJ, are they offering it on your cable pay-per-view system, like outside of the zone? I know.
As far as I know, it's just the zone.
Okay, yeah.
No pay-per-view.
Lucky damn.
No.
It must be nice living in parts unknown.
No, Canada gets shafted. The Canadians that follow us on.
Hold on, so is the fight even being aired up there?
I believe it is. I'd have to check if some bars are going to try and have it up there if they have access to the zone.
Oh, but so it's only through the zone up there. Damn.
Yeah, absolutely no other way.
Oh wow.
It's always been like that.
Yeah. Canada, how they air boxing is weird. It's like, yeah, they get.
They can't even air their own local stuff, right?
Yeah.
Damn, some whole shit.
Yeah, like fucking Garcia and To-Go over there was a pay-per-view up there for them.
Oh wow.
On the zone, yeah.
So they tried to make it pay-per-view down here. Shit.
Yeah.
Whole ass Golden Boy Americana.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's some actual bullshit too. Yeah, Canada suffers when it comes to boxing. Yeah, so PJ, I hope that you can find a bar, or maybe, because I know it's definitely in the theaters. You know, maybe you can find a theater that might show it up there.
I don't think so. I don't think it will be, but I'll take a look.
Yeah,
I know how they operate.
I know you do, but I'm just trying to instill some, maybe some, you might get some luck out of it. You know what I mean? So
I'm like glancing at the names here, and I'm just like, nope. It's just one of two bars in the city I'm in that I know they might show it, or other ways.
Yeah, the other ways. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, this maybe could have been done better, but it doesn't take away from the quality of the main event. The main event is still, it's there, but everything else about it, everything else needs a little bit more work.
The main event could have been earlier, as in like years earlier. And the overall card could have been better. This should have been on HBO.
Also facts.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say.
Funny things too is there's a lot of people about now people I know people were bitching about HBO at the time they were at the time of their demise, saying it's good for them to battle the sport, but now people are missing them. It's like, it doesn't boxing doesn't feel like boxing.
The big fight feel, yeah.
Because no one's able to replicate.
Do y'all think though? I mean,
big fight feel.
Yeah, big fight feel. But Showtime sometimes it depends on the bout, on the matchup. But do y'all think, the Canelo Triple G, that in ring buzz when they're about to start will be up there with Katie Serrano?
Yeah, of course.
It will.
Because before Canelo wasn't, but it's Trilogy, those are two Hall of Fame fighters. So.
You gonna get that vibe Wilder Fury 3 had.
Yeah, and especially if they start talking, because Triple G has been talking some shit in the press, but it depends on how they act when they're actually, doing the final face-offs and the weigh-ins and stuff like that. I mean, now Canelo obviously won't dare try to take a swing at Triple G at the weigh-in because that's not a very smart thing to do. It's not planned, So it's like, But if they're out there, if I'm hearing, Pinche and Mary Cohn coming from both him and Reynoso, yeah, then you can tell. Honestly, that's because shit, Canelo and Plant, Reynoso, the poor translator, you can hear him, Reynoso going off of the mouth, all these swears and shit like that, and the translation is like, oh yeah, Reynoso is very unhappy with the situation. that's how it was. Like this shit was hilarious. But yeah, it's we just hope the main event pans out, so people won't say, oh, they were too late, and maybe the undercard has a couple of surprises, and and things flow the way they need to flow.
This is like 4 fights. Like this is gonna be one of those 1 o'clock specials.
No, this is in America. No, it's gonna happen at American time.
No, I mean the main event gonna be like 12:30 type shit.
I hope not.
It's gonna be that though.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie's not as bad. Eddie's not as bad with that, but I really hope it doesn't end up 12 o'clock shit.
That's just walkouts happen at 8:55 at the absolute earliest.
Oh, nigga, that's Vegas time, not
Pacific time, real nigga time, Pacific time.
Fuck out of here!
Wow. I remember the second fight between them was quick, but that was just because it was just KO after KO after KO.
Yeah, because I was
hilarious.
Yeah, I was at the movie theater for that too. Everything was it was a KO. Yeah, that shit, and it had a long ass intermission and shit like that. I remember I had time.
They had to because all the KOs, man. You don't want all the KOs.
Right.
You want Bam Bam to struggle in a life or death fight.
Yeah, and that's why I remember too for that Canelo Canelo 2 fight. I remember I was going to the movie theater bar and getting all types of drinks because I had to kill time. So I was getting my brain wet and shit. I had to because it was either that or listen to Lantley go on and on about some shit that I didn't really care about.
Oh, when I was at the bar at the time, none of us at the table were paying attention to what Lampley was saying. We were just like, so what do you think about how the fight's gonna go? Like, well, it could go this way. I was like, well, think about this fight back then. And this, I was like, we had no clue what he was saying.
Yeah, they really were trying to freestyle some shit, and nothing good was coming from it.
Yeah, because they weren't expecting. They were like, oh shit. So how about that local sports team?
Yeah, and that's why HBO had that's why HBO was getting a type of type of negativity that it was. Like that's when people were like, "Oh yeah, HBO's gone, good riddance," but now people want HBO back.
Because it's the lighting, it's the way it was set up, the lights. It had the production values.
But I mean, the last couple of years, all their shit was like, other than the Triple G, it was like HBO After Dark. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't really. Yeah,
because they were cutting the budget left and right.
Cutting the budget some serious.
None of the fights warranted that either.
Yeah, right. There was one, I can't remember which card it was, but I think whoever was deciding to put fun facts about the person just didn't give a shit because they mentioned like, oh yeah, this person has 3 priors.
Yeah,
Who's telling people that? I don't know what this is saying.
Yeah. HBO was on some bullshit near the end, and because I mean, obviously, and most people were pointing to like the day that Floyd left and signed to Showtime, that was like the death knell for HBO boxing. Because HBO obviously they were pushing the Europeans for Triple G and Lomachenko and Vazdik too, and Usyk. Can't forget about those. They were trying to, and then
they Lord knows they tried to push Crawford too.
Yeah, and then eventually they also got on those super flyweight wave too, which low-key was underrated in an attempt.
The best thing them niggas did.
Yeah.
Toward the end.
Toward the end, though. But now, of course, yeah. The funny thing too, like you think the Zone would actually watch an HBO broadcast because shit, they have HBO fights all over the Zone archive. You would think they're like, okay, this is how we need to do this, but they don't do it.
All right, Contender or have like some reality show with the old boxers. I don't know, like make it worth the $20 I see. I donate a month to y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they had Friday and Saturday some DAZN Club cards that were just some Canada cards that were awful. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. The Canada cards are a very, very, very mixed bag. If it's not a Mexico card, then usually those Canada cards. I saw them shit on ESPN Plus.
They had 3 cards in like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The Costa Rica with Val win, but that was kind of.
Yeah, the zone. I need you. Yeah, you guys need to do better. You guys can do better. We've seen better from you guys. We need you to get back to that level, that 2019 level. Real talk.
You're asking these niggas to hit up like some Jordan Hall of Fame numbers in 1 year again. Like,
if you have to try to get Roy back from Pro Box or to get Lampley and get Merchant out of retirement, you know, or have Big George on there, something like that. Do that, just to get the feel back. Just change some shit around. Because one thing I really dread about this pay-per-view is just hearing the fucking commentary. There's gonna be a whole bunch of struggle commentary. It's gonna be jokes.
Yeah, my goodness.
Grisham and Mannix and Mora having to deal with the stupidity and they put in Algeria in the prelims as usual. That's the shit I'm gonna. Yeah.
They be wasting Algeria. They needed to put him in Mora.
Yeah.
They'd work well as a duo.
They do.
Yeah, and just leave what's his name, Mannix off.
Yeah, Mannix off, and then Grisham can just be some, I don't know, reporter on the rinks. I don't know.
Yeah, Mora's cool. Yeah, Mora's good.
Yeah, but Mora sometimes he suffers from Mannix idiocy.
Yeah, he dumbs down his lyrics.
Yeah,
because Mannix takes shots at him all the fucking time. So
yeah, that's really annoying. Yeah. Mannix is Mannix.
But like I said, we're hoping, hoping that we are wrong how pay-per-view is, and next week when we talk about the fight, we're talking about this, that, and the third was on point, but this shit was dope. Like that's what we want. Hope we were saying, rather than this was some struggle shit, and the main event was some geriatric struggle shit. We don't want to be saying that, like at all.
We know we'll meet the one baseline is it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, though. But I think we gave the pay-per-view and undercard and the event a lot of bars as it is. So I